Well, because cameras can't be in the courtroom for the Crystal Rogers case, we've been talking to our legal experts about what's been happening, relying on our crews there as well, but a lot to unpack every day from testimony.
We want to bring Leland Holbert back into the mix today, as we have been throughout this trial. And Leland, I think, again, the first thing we want to talk about, just as we did in the first trial in this case, it feels like things are speeding through at a rapid pace.
It seems like it's going pretty quickly. Each witness, I'm only receiving notes, so I can't really tell if the judge is speeding things along or if the attorneys are speeding things along. But I would say it's similar to the first trial, to where it's faster than normal, but not so fast you would think anything's wrong, but it is quick.
Leland, let's talk about evidence. During this case, the FBI told us that they recovered items of interest in their searches. We were hoping we would find out what those items were, but it doesn't look like we have that information as of now, and the prosecution rested not a whole lot of evidence, solid evidence that we have learned about.
It seems like there are bits and pieces that are potentially large pieces of evidence. The dog hitting on a car that belonged to Houck's family, and there potentially being a hair that's similar to Crystal's, as well as now maybe finding out some sort of theory as to what happened to her body with Joey Lawson's supposed statement about, feeding her to the hogs and certain parts not being digestible, etc. I think there's some tidbits there. Now, the question is it strong evidence? And I would probably say it should be stronger, but I also am not sure that it's any weaker than what was in the first trial, and as we know, that was a conviction. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
Leland, for the defense, seems like Houck's attorney taking the lead on all of this, and Lawson's not doing the heavy lifting here. What's the strategy there?
Well, I think Lawson's attorney is trying to keep him in the background, keep him in the shadows. If I was sitting next to Brooks Houck, I would want to keep the full microscope on Houck, because the prosecution's theory is he was the main actor, he was the instigator, he had the relationship with Crystal. And if I'm Joseph Lawson's attorney, I want no part of being connected with him any way, shape, or form. And obviously they've proven there is some connection, and there maybe were some statements made, and Joey may know some of what happened. And I think his attorney is going to argue there was not an actual agreement, but there's enough statements made that suggest that there potentially was an agreement.
All right. Thank you so much, Leland, for taking the time to talk to us.